Greetings and welcome. Creating and maintaining spiritual stamina. Life gradually ceases to be without design, and its experiences ceases to be meaningless or ill-planned. Our true self is created in the image of God, the Supreme Being, the Supreme Creator. This has been repeated and written many times, either consciously or unconsciously. And we began to search for that image and that likeness of which we are created. And through that search, we acquire a desire to know who we truly are, to discover the real self. That longing to know and that eternal search has led us to a consciousness of adoration, worship, praise, thankfulness, service, and prayer. The very nature of our soul begins to infuse and pour through our feelings and our thoughts and our words. These can be heard humbly, sincerely, and silently, uttering praise and adoration. God of our heart, God of our realization, thou who art creator of all life, visible and invisible, manifest and unmanifest, maker of all the stars, the planets, and the worlds, Father, Mother of every soul. Thou, God, the all-powerful, the all-knowing, the ever-present being whose dwelling place is everywhere, even in the hearts of humankind, individually and collectively. We would talk to thee and worship thee this hour. Attune and harmonize our souls with thee, with the intention that our physical bodies may become and continue to be a perfect temple in which to dwell, a segment and extension of thyself. God, we recognize and believe all healing, physical and mental and spiritual, to be divine. And the good that we have done and do is because thou hast blessed our efforts, rewarded our faith, and the faith of those whom we serve. God, help us to realize that every person is a soul, even as ourselves. And by the mystic law of assumption, let us be our brother and our sister, that we may better know his and her needs, and once knowing these, simply apply. Acquire to all acquired and available knowledge. May there be added the divine gift of intuition, in order that errors in judgment and diagnosis may grow less and less. Through disharmony or loss of perfect attunement with thee, we may fail temporarily to interpret and understand our brother and our sister's needs, or give to them the wrong advice, At such times may it please thee, God, to speak to and through our brother and our sister, to the end that they will be guided not to choose or accept what we may have in error advised. God, help us to realize that when we have administered unto and treated the material of physical concerns and needs of our brothers and our sisters, we have only half finished the task. For thou hast taught us that human beings are dual beings. We are physical and we are also spiritual. Knowing this, help us to be your servants, helpers unto this spiritual self. We have come to know that we can only serve thee as we serve humanity. We can only love thee as we love our brothers and our sisters. For thou art one with all of humanity, and thou art our brothers and our sisters. Serving humankind always on every plane, the physical, the mental, and the emotional, the psychological, and the spiritual, we would become like unto that great physician, even Christ. So mote it be. With such total sincerity and commitment, uttering from the heart, spiritual stamina is born. With constant and daily reflection upon what is sounded forth in this petition, spiritual stamina will be maintained. Veiled within this petition is the message that we can, with proper utilization of our faculties, come to know the various attributes and possibilities of the spiritual world, our divine soul, and of the infinite. We draw cosmic light, understanding, and love to us as we properly and with the purpose of service use the attributes of imagination, imaging, visualization, perceiving, and feeling. These qualities are then reflected throughout our true nature. The soul and spiritual self will radiate divine light through us, revealing attributes of their nature. And as we use these attributes in service to ourselves and to others, attributes of the soul and the spiritual self teach and guide us in our journey through both the material and the immaterial worlds. A commitment to utilize and manifest our understanding of the teachings that come to us develop our spiritual stamina. And during periods of contemplation and silence, information comes to us, either consciously or unconsciously, which we endeavor to manifest as our understanding of life and as it evolves. Life gradually ceases to be without design, and its experiences cease to be meaningless. or ill-planned. An important key to remember is that we are creatively to utilize and condition our physical and our material experiences so that they can transmit and express what lies behind and above their nature. The inner faculties of our being are innately designed to receive and transmit those divine and spiritual energies in which we live and move and have our being. Exercises intended to develop our psychic abilities appear in our mystical teachings. It is important to know, however, that these exercises and experiments do not complete the evolutionary purpose for psychic development. We must learn to practice the ability to absorb, to transmit, and to reflect the higher spiritual energies through the psychic faculties. These faculties then become instruments for soul purposes. The student is cautioned and warned not to use these faculties to transmit or reflect their selfish and destructive purposes. Spiritual stamina is developed as our higher spiritual energies flow through the psychic nature. And by means of service, stamina is maintained. These must flow with love for all of life. The spiritualized, the psychic faculties become instruments for developing God's blessings and cosmic service. To be whole and free is to live and manifest on the material and immaterial planes in harmony with the spiritual laws that governs all that there is. It then becomes our duty and our responsibility to transmit and reflect in our daily lives and to our utmost ability the highest vibrations of the universe and of our Creator. So mote it be.